ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपदां सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमामि विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Actually, today Prabhuji is having lecture in the temple, morning Bhagavatam lecture. So we will going to continue from tomorrow. We will read today two verses and we will stop.
So we will read from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam chapter 4. Chapter 6. Brahmā Satisfies Lord Śiva, and verse number 23. Dadrushustattra te ramyam alakam nama vai purim vanam saugandhikam chapi yatra tannama pankajam. Yes, translation.
Thus the demigods saw the wonderfully beautiful region known as Alaka in the forest known as Saugandhika, which means full of fragrance. The forest is known as Saugandhika because of its abundance of lotus flowers. Purport. Sometimes Alaka is known as Alakapuri, which is also the name of the abode of Kuvera. Kuvera's abode, however, cannot be seen from Kailāsa. Therefore, the region of Alaka referred to here is different from the Alakapuri of Kuvera. According to Vira Raghava Acharya, Alaka means uncommonly beautiful. In the region of Alaka, the demigod saw there is a type of lotus flower known as Saugandhika that distributes an especially fragrant scent. Hare Krishna.
Yes. This is description of Alkapuri. So we will go to the next verse. Nanda chalak nanda cha saritau bahyata puraha tirthapada padamboja rajasativa pavani. Yes, translation.
They also saw the two rivers named Nanda and Alaknanda. These two rivers are sanctified by the dust of the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Govinda. Hare Krishna.
Text 25. Yayo surat striya kshatta avaruhya swadhishnayatah kridanti pumsaha strinchantyo vighaya rati karshitaha. Translation.
My dear Shata Vidura, the celestial damsels come down to those rivers in their airplanes with their husbands. And after sexual enjoyment, they enter the water and enjoy sprinkling their husbands with water. Purport. It is understood that even the damsels of the heavenly planets are polluted by the thoughts of sensual enjoyment, and therefore they come in airplanes to bathe in the rivers Nanda and Alaknanda. It is significant that these rivers, Nanda and Alaknanda, are sanctified by the dust of the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In other words, just as the Ganges is sacred because its water emanates from the toes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayana, so whatever water or anything in touch with the devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, it is purified and spiritualized. The rules and regulations of devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, it is purified and spiritualized. Sorry, the rules and regulations of the devotional service are based on this principle. Anything in touch with the lotus feet of the Lord is immediately freed from all material contamination. The damsels of the heavenly planets, polluted by the thoughts of sensual life, come down to bathe in the sanctified rivers and enjoy sprinkling water on their husbands. Two words are very significant in this connection. Rati Karshita means that the damsels morose after sensual enjoyment. Although they accept sensual enjoyment as bodily demand, afterwards they are not happy. Another significant point is that Lord Govinda, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is described here as Tirthapada. Tirtha means sanctified place and Pada means the lotus feet of the Lord. People go to a sanctified place to free themselves from all sinful reactions. In other words, those who are devoted to the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, automatically become sanctified. The Lord's lotus feet are called Tirthapada because under their protection there are hundreds and thousands of saintly persons who sanctify their sacred places of pilgrimage. Srila Narottama Das Thakur, the great Acharya of the Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, advises us not to travel to different planets of pilgrimage. Undoubtedly, it is troublesome to go from one place to another, but one who is intelligent can take shelter of the lotus feet of Govinda and thereby be automatically sanctified as the result of his pilgrimage. Anyone who is fixed in the service of the lotus feet of Govinda and thereby be automatically sanctified as the result of his pilgrimage. Anyone who is fixed in the service of the lotus feet of Govinda is called Tirthapada. He does not need to travel on various pilgrimage, for he can enjoy all the benefits of such travel by engaging in the service of the lotus feet of the Lord. Such a pure devotee who has implicit faith on the lotus feet of Lord can create sacred places in any part of the world where he decides to remain. Tirthi Kurvanti Tirthani. Bhagavatam 1.13.10. The places are sanctified due to the presence of pure devotees. Any place automatically becomes a place of pilgrimage if either the Lord or his pure devotees remain or reside there. In other words, such a pure devotee who engaged in 100% in the service of the Lord can remain anywhere in the universe, and that part of the universe immediately becomes sacred place where he can peacefully render service to the Lord as the Lord desires. Hare Krishna.
Yes. So we'll go to the next verse. Text 26. Jayostat snana vivrasta nava kunkum pinjaram vistropi pibanti at ambah payayo yanto gajagatihi. Translation.
After the damsels of the heavenly planets bathe in the water, it becomes yellowish and fragrant due to the kumkuma from their bodies. Thus, the elephant come to bathe there with their wives, she elephants, and they also drink the water, although they are not thirsty.
Yes, we'll read last verse. Text 27. तारहेम महारत्न विमान शत संकुलाम जुष्टाम पुण्यजन स्त्रीभिर यथा खम सतदिघनम. Translation.
The airplanes of the heavenly denizens are bedecked with pearls, gold, and many valuable jewels. The heavenly denizens are compared to clouds in the sky, decorated with occasional flashes of electric lighting. Purport. The airplanes described in this verse are different from the airplanes of which we have experience. In the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam and all the Vedic literatures, there are many descriptions of Vimana, which means airplanes. On different planets, there are different kinds of airplanes. On this gross planet Earth, there are airplanes run by machine. But on other planets, the airplanes are run not by machine, but by mantric eyes. They are also used especially for enjoyment by the denizens of the heavenly planets so that they can go from one planet to another. On the other planets, which are called Siddha Lokas, the denizens can travel from one planet to another without airplanes. The beautiful airplanes from the heavenly planets are compared here to the sky because they fly in the sky. The passengers are compared to the clouds. The beautiful damsels, the wives of the denizens of the heavenly planets, are compared to the lightning. In summation, the airplanes with their passengers, which came from higher planets to Kailash, were very pleasant to look at.
Yes. So we will conclude here and continue tomorrow. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद्-भागवतम की जय. जय श्री प्रभुपाद की जय. गौर भक्तवृंद की जय. Thank you, Prabhupada. Thank you all.
Thank you, Prabhupada.
Thank you,
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you, everyone. Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.